You could please take your seats.
Dar apertura a la Semana del Clima.
To open up Latin America and the Caribbean Climate Week.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, special guests. At this moment, we would like to invite to the podium our special guest and host of this grand climate week, Your Excellency, Mr. Milciades Concepcion, Minister of Environment of Panama, Mr. Daniel Violetti, Senior Director for the Program Coordination of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC. And if please, Alicia Montalvo, the manager of CAF of Biodiversity, specifically from CAF, Development Bank of Latin America and the Caribbean. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, and guests of honor, we would like to start the inauguration with welcoming remarks from His Excellency Milciades Concepcion, Minister of Environment of Panama. It's an honor to have you here to give us the welcoming remarks as the host country. You have the floor, sir. Good morning. It's an honor and also a pleasure to be able to share with you the privilege of being here for the inauguration of the Latin America and Caribbean Climate Week 2023. Here in the city of Panama, which you should also feel like it's your country, right at the heart of Latin America and the Caribbean. On behalf of the government of the Republic of Panama, and on behalf of the entire team of the Ministry of the Environment, we extend the warmest welcome. And we also thank you for joining us today in this very important event. This continental meeting is a milestone in our joint efforts in regards to addressing challenges posed by climate change and also renewing our commitment with a more sustainable world. Latin America and the Caribbean, a region of natural and cultural riches incomparable with anything else. But we also have very significant challenges caused by climate impacts, whether fires, droughts, floods, and also extreme temperature events have made it very clear that the time for action is now. Nevertheless, we're also aware the resiliency and determination of our region for a sustainable future. The natural resources we possess are forests, mangroves, coral reefs, are real treasures that not only provide protection against the effects of climate change, they also act as carbon sinks to be able to ensure the world environmental balance. Also, Latin America and the Caribbean, it's very important in regards to clean energy, focusing on hydrological power, an incredible power for wind power, and solar power. We are ready as a region to be pioneers in the transition towards a more sustainable economy, but also respectful of the environment. This week, more than 3,000 participants of the entire region will meet to be able to address critical topics in regards to climate change. Together, we will explore different solutions, we will share best practices, and we will establish partnerships to be able to face the challenges that we are now living. The Climate Week of Latin America and the Caribbean of 2023 is not only an opportunity to be able to discuss, but also to share knowledge, but also to make important decisions. I would also like to thank all the global and regional guests that have collaborated to ensure that this meeting is possible. We would also like to reiterate our commitment to working together in the fight against climate change. I do hope that the debates are very productive, enthusiastic. We have innovation and concrete actions that will come from this week. On behalf of the President of the Republic, Laurentino Cortizo Cohen, and on behalf of the Republic of Panama, I give you welcome. I welcome all participants of this Climate Week, and I hope you can make the most of this opportunity for inspiring not only a greater ambition, but to be able to contribute to the sustainable future that we're like. Welcome to the Latin America and the Caribbean Climate Week. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much, Minister Milciades Concepcion. In your statement, at this moment, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of inviting Mr. Daniel Violetti, Senior Director for the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, so he can make his opening remarks.
Dear delegates, colleagues, friends, dear Minister, it is an honor to stand before you today to open the Latin America and the Caribbean Climate Week. And above all, I take the opportunity to thank you, Minister, and the government of the Republic of Panama for hosting us for this very important event. The LAC Climate Week serves as a platform for regional stakeholders to come together, exchange ideas, showcase innovative solutions, and increase climate ambition in one of the world's most diverse and dynamic regions. We are just over a month to go until COP28 in the UAE, and this LAC Climate Week will help build regional momentum for positive and impactful outcomes in Dubai. COP28 this year represents more just that's another COP. It's not another climate conference. Marks the conclusion of the first global stocktake of the Paris Agreement, a moment to renew global climate ambitions, accelerate actions to ensure that the rise in global temperature stays below 1.5 degrees, and course correct where needed. As many other places around the globe, countries in this region face the rising frequency of extreme weather events and the imminent threat of sea level rise. This year has brought fires, droughts, floods, and record-breaking temperatures, underscoring the region's vulnerability to climate change. This stresses the urgency of prioritizing adaptation and climate finance, building resilience in communities, and protecting the most vulnerable. Forests, mangroves, and coral reefs are among the region's unique natural assets, serving as carbon sinks and natural barriers against floods. The region is also a global leader in clean energy, with 60% of energy generated from hydroelectric power and a significant potential for wind and solar energy. Over the course of this week, stakeholders from across the region will share success stories and challenges from different countries, highlighting the barriers overcome in their experience, as well as opportunities realized to advance economic progress while curbing environmental impacts. In the days ahead, around 3,000 participants from across the region are expected to attend more than 200 events that will frame discussions around 4 key tracks. Each track is designed to shape region-specific contributions to the global stocktake. Track 1 focuses on energy systems and industry. Track 2 delves into issues affecting cities, urban and rural settlements, infrastructure, and transport. Track 3 explores questions regarding land, ocean, food, and water. And Track 4 encompasses societies, health, livelihoods, and economies. It is important to emphasize that climate action is not just about confronting the climate emergency. In our pursuit to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees, we are not only counteracting the detrimental impacts of climate change, but also moving to a more sustainable future by addressing linked environmental challenges such as protection of biodiversity, unlocking green economic growth, promoting just transition and equality, improving public health, and nurturing resilient societies. As you engage in the discussion this week, I encourage you to be bold in your collaborative endeavors, championing solutions that yield tangible results and inspire others to embrace the global shift toward a net zero future. Always bearing in mind that the transition must be fair and inclusive, ensuring the involvement and protection of all stakeholders, including women, youth, indigenous people, and local communities. Let us leverage LAC Climate Week to come up with innovative ways to increase resilience, draw investment, enable technology transfer, and strengthen regional capacities. Collective determination and renewed commitment can carve out a sustainable future, not just for this region, but for the entire world. So let's rise to this challenge together, and let's hope that this Climate Week will be successful in determining all of that. Thank you very much for your attention, and good work to all. Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias, señor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel Violetti. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates and guests, it's an honor for me to be able to present at the podium for welcoming remarks Alicia Montalvo. She is a General of Action for Climate and Positive Biodiversity of CAF, the Bank for Development Bank of Latin America and the Caribbean, CAF. Good morning, Minister Concepcion, Director Violetti, ladies and gentlemen. For me, it's an authentic honor to be in this inauguration session in a country that is an example in regards to a behavior in regards to decarbonization and respecting the environment. So it's wonderful, all the actions that have been undertaken and are an honor for everyone in this region. I was thinking that the narrative in regards to climate change conferences, it's like a movie. I think that I see here the only person that was in COP #1 that took place in Bonn. I was very young back then, but I must say that I have seen how this movie has evolved. And it brings a lot of satisfaction how we've changed our focus and how the stakeholders have changed and leading characters have changed, but there's still a road to travel to ensure that Latin America and the Caribbean can hold the right place in the negotiations from CAF, the Development Bank of Latin America and the Caribbean. We've made a commitment so that 40% of financing that we do carry out is dedicated to green projects. It's a clear commitment with the region, and our focus is based on Latin America and the Caribbean as a region that brings about solutions We think that this is the focus we must have in negotiation. It's a region of solutions. First, because it has the greatest amount of biodiversity of the entire planet. Therefore, the solution, and it goes through the carbon sinks goes through the forest and the biodiversity. And these systems helps to mitigate and our solution for adaptation and ecosystems that are key to solve climate change in the region. Just like the minister stated, it's will bring about solutions in regards to energy transfer, not only because of renewable potential. This specific country has taken this to its highest potential, but because of everything else that can be done, and also the level of vulnerability of the fact that a lot of the hydrological power, it's based on climate change. So we think it's a region of solutions that is well worth it to be supported so that these solutions can become a reality. So it's a region of solutions with sources of innovation as green hydrogen. It's a region of solutions because of the critical minerals, which is quite important. And we need to, it's a delicate topic that must be addressed. It's a region of solutions in regards to energy transition. And it's a region of solutions in regards to sustainable agriculture for the entire region. Agriculture for the entire region is the greatest emitter. Therefore, it's a sector that we must really pay attention to, not only because of the emissions generated, but also due to the impacts of climate change. Ecosystems, energy, agriculture, food security. Well, Latin America is a region of solutions. At the same time, we do believe it's a region that is specifically vulnerable and affected in the impact of climate change. So climate resiliency issues, really, we must focus on this. We have a session led by CAF today in regards to natural disasters. And here we will be able to see how we must evolve on these issues in regards to adaptation and loss and damages, which is key in the negotiations that will be held in the next few days, but also in Dubai. Therefore, CAF, it's a great satisfaction for us to be here in this climate week, and we hope that it's a space of meeting and partnerships. We propose, and we will have a Latin American Caribbean pavilion of the Dubai Cup. It's not a CAF pavilion, it's a pavilion for Latin America and the Caribbean. We would love that everyone that will travel to Dubai will be able to be here and generate these spaces of meeting, discussion, but also of solutions. Because, like I say in this movie, I love to say that Latin America and the Caribbean has the right place, which is a region of solutions. Thank you very much, everyone, and I bid you success.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much, Alicia. The Latin America and the Caribbean, a region of solutions. With this, we would now like to invite our panel once again so that we can start a spectacular cultural moment offered by Panama for the opening of the Climate Week for Latin America and the Caribbean.
Permítanme agradecerle a estos.
I would now like to thank the Panamanian artists for this very inspiring presentation, which also brings hope. We must maintain the thought that this is a region of solutions, and this is why we have a collaboration platform for Latin America and the Caribbean. We're at this moment where the government, NGOs, and other stakeholders meet together to work towards those solutions. We're right at that moment of ending the opening ceremony. We would like to thank the host country, Panama, His Excellency, Minister Milciades Concepcion, to the honored guest from the UNFCCC, Tania Violetian, on behalf of CAF, Alicia Montalvo. We would also like to thank you and welcome you. And with this Latin America and the Caribbean Climate Week is now inaugurated for people and the planet.